adjustable prop in flight,
Okay.
and we cleaned up the installation and the routing on the engine.
Okay.
Then we flew over to Sun and Fun and showed off the airplane. So far, the experience with the adjustable prop is smooth, and the performance is based on preliminary flights. We only got about 2 or 3 hours on it. It's been very good.
Now, how are you really going to test it? It's the flight home, right?
Yes, back to Missouri,
Com-
Missouri.
Comparing it to your flight down.
Flight down equipped with a whirlwind prop, which was a ground adjustable prop. So we're going back and hopefully gain some good in-flight data that will show, and I think will show that we, with the ground adjustable, we will get better fuel economy. I mean, in-flight adjustable, better fuel economy, a little bit faster speed for the same amount of RPM.
Okay.
But we will see. Wait and see.
And then maybe it would be interesting too to do a leg where you're really kind of cranking in a lot of pitch, just to see if you could drop that fuel flow down to almost nothing.
Well, nothing's impossible, but with my other prop, we would normally burn 5 gallons an hour. I'm guessing this will be a little over 4.5. I will be happy camper if that's what I get.
Okay. So we'll just see what you get when you get home.
Sure. We gotta live and learn.
And you're going to be flying with who?
The ugly co-pilot.
And how is your experience at Viking Aircraft during this 2017 Sun and Fun Air Show, having to spoon with Dick?
Oh, it was truly enjoyable. You know, I don't get to fly like a pigeon all that often, and that's kind of the way we flew. And
So
but it was an enjoyable experience. Yeah, he's a good spooner.
Yeah, because Viking was too cheap to have multiple hotel rooms.
Right. I mean that's good time at Sun and Fun. Good interest in the engine. Good interest in the prop. I think there's a lot of people that will go for both the ease of the ground adjustable with a single Allen wrench and moving all 3 blades at once, you know, and being satisfied once they get used to using the prop, being able to dial back for dazzling the girls at the airport, and then when they want to go home, being able to dial it and get a little coarser pitch for more speed when they want to go, and being able to do it easily and quickly without loosening and protractors and all that other paraphernalia that you need. So
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
It should be an attractive prop. I would, you know.
Then of course now, you being a retired corporate pilot and all that,
right,
with flying a Baron and a Chieftain.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, the
highly trained. Yeah.
pilot.
Right.
And we're going to add to this video because, like Dick was saying, there's not a lot of experience with the Viking engine and the Duke Viking combination in-flight adjustable using the hydraulic line that's very simply can adjust the pitch in flight. So I think like Dick was saying, flying home to Missouri is going to be kind of like the determining factor if this is worth having or not. So how do you plan on getting us your professional opinion about that when you get home?
Well, we'll know better what it does as far as fuel burn after we make our first stop and put fuel in it, see what we get. If we dial it back, to like 4,000 engine RPM, you're opening the blades pretty wide, but boy, it really quiets the airplane down a lot. And we were still making, I believe it was 138 with it, so that's not a bad that's not a bad combination. You know, that'd be a good place to go. We could try 45 if we're not making enough speed. If we think we need to go a little faster, I think the real beauty of that is going to be with, you know, these faster airplanes. You know, more so than the STOL guys. Well, those guys too, but they can use the ground adjustable feature of that prop. But the in-flight adjustable for the little bit faster airplanes or that want to go faster in the air, you get up into thin air, and you know, and be able to slow the engine down, open the blades up, you know, and still develop the torque and the power.
Yeah.
Especially with the turbo engine, I think that's going to be you know, doing it all with one pitch on an airplane that stalls at 45 and is capable of 200 is just a pretty wide range for a fixed pitch prop, you know, in anybody's world, you know.
Right.
So.
Right. Now even this airplane, a 601 Zenith, which has a speed range from, you know, not like you were saying, but it'll do. It'll stall at what, 35, 40, and it'll top out at 160, the absolute top, and it'll cruise comfortably at 140 with the Viking, and with no noise and low RPM and quiet, you know, 130 and a ridiculously low fuel flow with the gasoline direct injection. You know, people would really like the fact that they could turn in a little bit of pitch, not have to listening to the engine running a little bit, you know, higher, even though the engine's fully capable of doing that. It just makes a lot of sense.
Right. Well, it quieted the airplane down a lot.
Right.
We took our headsets off and were able to talk back and forth without the headsets. And whereas before it was pretty noisy. You're glad you had noise canceling headsets.
Now, the other thing that was nice with the 2017 Sun and Fun Air Show is that we were lucky enough to have a New Zealander with us.
Yes, we were lucky.
Yeah, and maybe he could introduce himself to the camera.
Hi, I'm Dino, or Dean Phillip from New Zealand. I'm over here enjoying the hospitality of Viking and the ugly pilot and the pigeon pilot and a couple of others. Been lucky enough to get to fly in a beautiful Rans S7 that's just had a 130 install. It's now got the ground adjustable, and that's a beautiful machine to fly with plenty of power in it. And in the little 601 I flew back with Dick there from Sun and Fun, and yeah, it was just a beautiful quiet machine, and I think that when you use that prop to its full potential, it's going to change the way you can fly. You know, you flatten it out to get yourself off the ground, which is what I specialise in the STOL planes, and then these guys can, as you say, get to altitude, coarsen it up, and away you go. Drop your fuel burn, drop your RPM, and sit back and enjoy it. So I'm looking at the ground adjustable prop for my STOL plane. I'm current New Zealand bush pilot champion with the Healthy Bastard bush pilot. So I had a combined takeoff and landing of 59 feet. And that was with the brand new installed 130 injected gasoline direct injected engine. And that was with a fixed pitch walk drive or ground adjustable walk drive. I still had well over 1500 engine RPM I could have utilised, but not having the time or the conditions, you know, having to unbolt everything and put a protractor on it, get it level and do blade after blade, we just ran out of time. I had more engine power than I could utilise because I couldn't change the pitch. So being able to just put a Allen wrench in the end of the prop, and I can fly up to the competition, which takes a couple of hours from where I'm based in Christchurch, and I can set that for a cruise. When I get there, I can flatten it right out for the ultimate STOL competition. So
Now, show me that on this airplane, what you're talking about, because this is revolutionary and very new for anyone that's involved with light sport aircraft. They never really actually heard about something where you can have several propellers on one airplane.
I'll just grab an Allen wrench.
Okay. Now, this propeller is a collaboration with Duke in France, and Viking Aircraft Engines has an exclusive distributorship of this propeller. This is an idea by Viking to be able to adjust all 3 blades instantly and quickly, and Dean's going to demonstrate how that is done. I'm going to hold the camera.
So simply what you would do is, if you'd had a spinner on here, you'd have a hole in the front of your spinner, you'd have a long Allen wrench, simply locate it in there and turn. Turning that coarsens it up, and you can see the blades come around. If you watch the blades, they'll coarsen up. So you've got yourself there a very effective cruise blade, and then when you get to where you're going, especially for me getting in and out of river beds, I can land down in the river and I want to play around in the river or find different fishing spots, just wind it back and watch the blade come back, and it'll just seep back into where it's going, and I can just effectively have 2 types of props on or 2 types of planes, even though my little 701 has an envelope of speed. But when you're fixed for a climb or what I call a stole pitch, you know, I'm 65 knots. If I've got a different pitch on there, I can get 75, 80 knots, which makes a big difference in a small plane.
Right.
So yeah, effectively, I mean,
so basically, the 2 propellers that are now available to be used on Viking engines is the
absolutely, they've been designed to fit the Viking hub, and it works beautifully with it. With the power range of the Viking, 130 horsepower, you know, you're just opening up the versatility of your aircraft. You're almost having 2 aircraft for the price of 1.
Sure.
You know, for a little bit extra money for a fully forged carbon fiber blade with titanium fittings, carbon fiber hubs, it's like 14 pounds. It's nothing. It's absolutely, when you're talking the versatility that you get from the ability to change the pitch so quickly and easily, 14 pounds is barely a sacrificial weight. I believe the whirlwind that we took off was like 11.5 pounds.
Yeah, and we all know that's an excellent propeller.
Absolutely, just like my warp drive. I love my warp drive, but the ability to be able to alter, you know, just so quickly and easy, just changes everything. Often I've been into river beds or mountains or the beach, and it's a little bit softer than I actually first initially expected, even with the big tires. So having that ability to get a little bit more climb out of it is gets you off the ground faster. Everything that gets you off the ground faster gets you safer.
Now you are also you're a champion in New Zealand as far as winning and beating much more expensive airplanes in your stall competition, but
Absolutely.
You're also a official Zenith and a Viking dealer in New Zealand.
That's correct. Yep.
And how's that going?
Well, I've been lucky enough now to secure both the Zenith and the Viking rights, which I believe is an absolute fantastic combination, being able to offer the full range of Zenith aircraft and the accompanying engine. And one thing I did notice at the Sun and Fun show was that everyone that went to the Zenith booth virtually came straight over to the Viking booth, because they're realising very quickly that this is a compatible engine, especially for your 750, your cruiser, and the 650. Unbelievable combination. You know, I've got the 130 on my little 701, and it flies beautifully with tons of power. So, for me, having a prop and the Viking combination is an ideal match. So I've been lucky enough to secure that, and then hopefully we'll get a lot more of them down in our little part of the world and out around bashing rivers and mountains.
All right, well, very good. We had
Thank you very
wonderful
much.
time at the air show.
It's always my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks to you, and thanks to everyone else that was there with us.
Thank you.